Republicans are making some stunning admissions about Donald Trump and our country. The first stunning admission I'd like to share with you is MAGA Republican Congress member Joe Wilson from South Carolina, who admits that Vladimir Putin has been sharing nude photographs of Melania Trump on Russian TV to embarrass, humiliate, and mock Donald Trump and the United States of America. Watch this.
Sadly, the regime in Tehran is defiant, having sent assassins to murder Donald Trump, as war criminal Putin has ignored peace initiatives with record rocket attacks on civilians in Ukraine, with Putin's state television shamefully broadcasting nude pictures of America's First Lady, who is so beloved, Melania Trump. In conclusion, God bless our troops as the global war on terrorism continues. Trump.
Now, for those who have been watching the MeidasTouch network for the past several weeks or months, we've been talking about those nudes. Specifically, we've been leading the reporting on that. We go, when you watch Russian TV all the time, basically they just been showing those nudes on loop of Melania as a way of Donald Trump to be mocked and for Putin to show his dominance over Donald Trump. There's more stunning admissions as well by these MAGA Republicans. This is from MAGA Republican Senator John Kennedy. Here he talks about how the MAGA Republicans will be gutting the Department of Education, U.S. aid, and regardless of whether you're in a red or blue state, whether you're a Democrat, Republican, or independent, the message coming from Republicans right now is, you better get used to it. We're inflicting more pain on you. See for yourself. Let's play it.
To my friends who are upset, I would say with respect, call somebody who cares. They better get used to this. It's USAID today. It's going to be Department of Education tomorrow.
And folks, this is an admission that we've been seeing over and over again now from the MAGA Republicans. Now, as Donald Trump has been launching trade wars, then making fake deals with our allies like Canada and Mexico, it has still caused those in Canada to remain boycotting America. People are pissed. Our allies are pissed. Countries across the world that were once reliable allies for the United States now view the United States as a threat. They hate the United States of America right now. And we're seeing, even when Donald Trump imposes like 10% tariffs on China, our trade adversary, they've retaliated with 15% tariffs on coal, and a host of other products. And they've launched an investigation into Google to retaliate against the United States and to harm Google. So now the messaging from the MAGA Republicans right now is that, yeah, there's going to be pain. Of course, we all want pain. That's patriotic. Let's talk about pain. This is MAGA Republican Alford on Trump's trade war with China. Yeah, it's going to cause pain. Here, watch this.
What about China? What are your thoughts on this tariff war now that's underway between the U.S. and China?
Well, look, as some of the administration says, this is going to cause a little bit of pain. This happened back when President Trump was in office the first time. The tariffs that affected our farming community, we made up those losses to our farming community with the Commodity Credit Corporation under the USDA. We will find the money to make this right, but this is going to have a little bit of pain. But in the long term, it is going to mean that fewer of our citizens die and that we end up winning this war on fentanyl. Look,
now, the new line that we're seeing on all the right-wing propaganda channels like Newsmax and Fox is basically, look, most Americans are good paying more when it comes to products, whether it's tequila or avocado. Americans want to pay more. The higher prices are patriotic. That's what the MAGA Republican members in Congress and Senate are trying to sell, and that's being laundered on right-wing propaganda like Newsmax. This is MAGA Republican Congresswoman right here, again saying that. Let's play it.
Well, I think it's ridiculous that we've focused on tequila and avocados. The important thing is stopping the flow of illegal immigrants into our country, the drugs, the amount of money, the debt that has come from us taking all these people in and providing them with money and places to live and food. It has to stop. We have to put America first. And that is what President Trump is delivering upon.
And that's what people voted for, right? On November 5th. I know you're in West Virginia, not a border state, but we've said under that Biden administration that every state, essentially a border state. And I'm sure that you in your state have seen.
Now, folks, one of the things we've been warning about for many, many months before the election is that Elon Musk had been posting about causing hardship. So Musk's whole view is that we need to tear the country down, even if that means crushing the markets and destroying people's lives. And then Musk says we could rebuild it in his image of what he considers to be an efficient government, if you will. But it's going to require all of our lives be destroyed. He said that. He's called for necessary economic collapse. And by the way, here he was on audio talking about it months before the election. Play it.
Have to reduce spending to live within our means. That necessarily involves some temporary hardship, but it will ensure long-term prosperity.
Now, I assume as part of that, we have people like this now running the government. This is Sean Duffy, the MAGA Republican who's now the head of the Department of Transportation, overseeing the FAA and all aviation. If you want to know how Canada is viewing us right now, this was the front page in Montreal, a photo of Donald Trump that just says stupid. And here we are. Here's Fox from earlier. And here on Fox, you have them basically saying, yeah, the prices are going to get higher. Donald Trump said we need pain. Didn't he run on pain, inflicting pain on the people? This is what they're talking about. Here, play the clip.
So if you're willing,
you don't think this border was secured during Joe Biden?
If you're willing, if Donald Trump will come out and say, I am willing for the American people to pay more, even though I promised lower prices, pay more.
He already said that. Don't you read his Truth Social? So he said, look, there may be a little bit of pain.
Are people okay with that? He promised lower prices,
we won't
and now
have
we're
to
paying
find
more
out
for everything.
Because these countries are sitting down.
We're going to pay more for everything, guys. The Wall Street Journal says so. Do we now not trust the Wall Street Journal's economists
But
here?
if it doesn't happen, we don't have to.
We don't know that.
Yeah.
It's not even in effect yet.
We'll see.
And that would be short term. The incentive for those countries to have businesses come here is you go from 28 to 15% of a tax if you not only do business here. That'll take you 22. You get to 15 because you're going to build and build in American jobs here. We don't know. Maybe that phone call has a lot of sweetness to it.
Those companies are going to go to China.
By the way, that prime minister's on his way out the door. You don't know what kind of deal he'll cut.
Those companies are going to go to China, not Mexico, not Canada, and not here.
Happy Monday.
Nobody's going there.
That's what's going to happen.
And here's Nancy Mace talking about that as well. Let's play it.
This trade war that has erupted involving the U.S., Mexico, China, and Canada. Will it drive up consumer prices?
There is a potential risk, as Donald Trump mentioned, but Canada and Mexico, let's face it, these are the facts. They made their bed and now they can lie in it. I was just participated in a raid on Friday with ICE and HSI, Homeland Security Investigations, and they were there to deport an individual, a young man, 18-year-old from South America, who a week ago had 3.5 grams of fentanyl, enough to kill 100, maybe 1,000 people or more. These cartels, Tren de Agua, TDA, and the Sinaloa cartel, MS-13 gangs, they're everywhere across my home state of South Carolina. They're everywhere across every community across the country. And we have to play hardball with these countries who know where the meth labs are. They know where fentanyl is coming in. They know where illegals are coming in, pouring into our country, killing us even in many of our communities.
Now, finally, I want to share with you one of the things that Marco Rubio has been talking about and that Elon Musk has been talking about as well, that they want to put American citizens in prison in El Salvador. Yeah, you heard that right. In El Salvador. Now, the leader of El Salvador, Nayib Bukele, he talked about his meeting with Marco Rubio over the past day, where El Salvador has agreed for a small fee to take United States prisoners, American citizens, and put them in the jails in El Salvador, to which Elon Musk responded, great idea. And by the way, you want to talk about the admission from Rubio? Rubio talks about putting Americans in jail in El Salvador. This is him talking about it here. Let's play it.
The president, in an act of extraordinary friendship to our country, knowing the challenges we face in the U.S., has agreed to the most unprecedented and extraordinary migratory agreement anywhere in the world. He has agreed to accept for deportation any illegal alien in the United States who is a criminal from any nationality, be they MS-13 or Tren de Aragua, and house them in his jails. And he's also offered to do the same for dangerous criminals currently in custody and serving their sentences in the United States, even if they're U.S. citizens or legal residents.
Putting Americans in prison in El Salvador. And this is at a time where Trump and his regime, let's be clear, America's an authoritarian state right now. Like I don't want to sugarcoat it. Under Trump, it's not, are we losing our democracy? America is an authoritarian regime under Donald Trump where they're attacking the FBI agents, firing all the FBI agents and DOJ officials. That's what they're doing. And they're saying that the January 6th insurrectionists and terrorists who were part of the Oath Keepers and the Proud Boys, that they're the heroes. So let's be clear. When they're talking about putting the criminals in prison, American citizens, and let's be clear what they are, concentration camps, whether they're Guantanamo Bay or in El Salvador, what Donald Trump and his regime, what his regime of authoritarians believe are the criminals, are the law enforcement, like the FBI and people who are trying to support things like USAID and people who are against Elon Musk taking over the Treasury Department and taking people's private data and social security and banking information. So let's be clear what they are doing. Wanted to share with you those admissions from Republicans. Let me know what you think. I need you to do me a favor though while you're watching this. Please subscribe right now to this YouTube channel. Until they rip this microphone from my very hand, we will be doing the reporting that corporate media refuses to do. I need you to subscribe, and if you can, share this network after this video ends with anybody that you know and tell them, please subscribe. We're trying to get out the news. We have this platform here that's even getting more views than Fox on this YouTube. We're doing it right now together. So I need a rally and I want to make this, I'd like to get 10 million subscribers, 20 million subscribers, 50 million subscribers soon so that the messages here can be heard in the United States and across the world of love, democracy, compassion, empathy, equality, human dignity. We got this together. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million subscribers.
Can't get enough Meidas? Check out the Meidas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com.